All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. So here's another video. I'm gonna entitle it. I'm gonna go with the inspiration with the brother the brother at the DC camp, Zion Allah. He likes to do the keep in mind videos. So this will be like a similar to his keep in mind videos, but we're gonna go into the microchip, okay, to the mark of the beast. Now we go into this mark of the beast precept in Revelations 13 and 16, and it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now we go into the mark of the beast scripture. Typically, I could have read at I could have read up at verse 15. Let me read 15 real quick. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." Okay, so you have the image of the beast and you have the mark of the beast. Okay, so now we're going into this video now, just to bring out, to basically keep in mind that we know that this mark, okay, now this mark right here, when you go into the word, we always go into the word, but a mark, that word right there is charagma, and it says a stamp, an imprinted mark. Okay, now if the mark of the beast is a philosophy, okay, how could that mark, or that imprinted mark, okay, give you an ulcer or a grievous sore? Okay, now let's go to the book of Revelation 16 and we'll uncover what I'm talking about. This is Revelation 16 and 1. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, Go your ways, and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and a grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image." Now there's go to two separate, them that worship his image, but they had the mark of the beast too. Okay, but these are people that received a grievous sore. Now when you go to the word sore, that word is helkos. Okay, and it says a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge pus, a sore, or an ulcer. Because guess what? This radio frequency ID, which is the microchip, it basically produces radio frequency signals, which is ultimately going to have it in, what is the word I want to use? Inadvertent, okay, effect upon the people that take it. Okay. Even though you have the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, that basically proved it and allowed it to be acceptable for humans, it's ultimately, according to the scriptures, it's going to give people a discharge, okay, or a pus, or sore. And me personally, I believe it's going to give people cancer. Okay, because even with the cell phones, you have the different radiation going to your brain, okay, and it causes cancer. And with all of these frequency, people are going to get cancer. So let's go back to the precept right here. It says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image." Okay, so you have the people that got a grievous sore, okay, upon the ones that had the mark of the beast. Okay, So how could that be philosophy? Okay? How could that be philosophy? Now, I wanted to bring in an article real quick for you skeptics, okay, that basically say that the mark of the beast is not the microchip, okay? It says microchipping humans is already here, and it may not be optional. It may not be optional for the cashless society. Okay, now this is an article dated November 22nd, 2017. All right, so this article was written almost 2 years ago. Okay, because we're next month. I mean, not too far. We'll be in October, and not too long after that, you'll be in November. And time is moving quickly. But this article was written in 2017. Now it says, I'm gonna read a little bit of it. It's by Daisy Luther via the Organic Prepper. It says, so some people actually want to be microchipped like a dog. They're lining up for it. They're having parties to get it done. If it isn't available to them, they're totally bummed out. Yeah, because you have people lined up to get the microchip. People are taking the microchip, the mark of the beast. Okay, but see, the mark of the beast ultimately is going to come through the United Nations and NATO, and it's going to be made mandatory, and it's going to be tied into their computer system. Okay, they have a computer system called the Beast. All right, and that's mentioned in the book. It's a book called Satan's Angels Exposed. Okay. It says certain folks won't be happy until everyone has a computer chip implanted in them. Here's how this could go. Initially, it would be the sheep who blindly desire to be chipped for their own convenience leading the way. Then it would become remarkably inconvenient not to be chipped, sort of like it's nearly impossible to not have a bank account these days. Then the last holdouts could be forcibly chipped by law. Okay, and that's what it's saying. All right, and that's ultimately going back to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay, in the 16th verse. Okay, going back there, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Okay. It says down here, it says some employers are chipping workers, and that's going to come because you have a market over here called 3 Square Market, which is based out of Milwaukee, and the owner of that company is basically going around to different he basically becoming a lobbyist to lobby for governments to take on this microchip. Okay, basically pointing out the benefits to have your employees microchipped. Okay, now look at this. Check this out.
The company in Wisconsin offering employees microchips to replace ideas. It's hosting a chip day party to implant the devices in the employees, and our guy Ron Mott is at the party. Hey Ron, how is it?
Hey Hoda and Matt, good morning to you both. We all know people complain that their companies treat them like machines. Well, 3 Square Market is sticking it to their folks today using these needles. Now let me show you first what this microchip looks like. It is about the size of a grain of basmati rice. So Patrick here is the CIO. Andy is a licensed body piercer, so let it rip. We're going to see this now. I got it.
And this is what's coming.
I can't look. I can't look. Needle is in. Chip is in.
Bingo.
Not very much blood at all. Patrick, how'd it feel?
Better than get my wisdom teeth out.
Okay, and you're still conscious.
Yeah, I'm great.
Melissa got chipped yesterday, but you had to be talked into doing this. How long did it take you to say yes to this?
I was a little hesitant at first, but I had 7 days to think about it, and once I learned the facts, there was no question in my mind.
Okay, one last thing we want to show you over here, Hoda and Matt. Go ahead, Steve. They can buy their goodies here in the break room by just using their hand. Real quickly, he's going to get a Kit Kat bar. And it's paid for $1.06, guys. So the question again, as we asked you last week, are you ready to be chipped, guys? Let's send it back to you.
I'm kind of I don't know that I would do it.
No?
Would you do it?
I don't, for the convenience of it,
Yeah.
maybe?
Maybe?
Yeah. I don't know.
Not for a Kit Kat bar.
Maybe for
Maybe for a Klondike. Certainly not a Kit Kat.
Ron, thanks. Hey, let's go to Dylan. Dylan's got more. You've been asking folks about it.
We've asked on Twitter.
Yeah, see how these people make a joke of the microchip, but guess what? These same people that are joking about it, these are going to be some of the people that get that grievous sore, okay, upon that is going to fall upon men which have the mark of the beast, okay? This type of technology that these people have is going to have adverse effects, okay, on their own health, on their own livelihood. But see how these Edomites make a joke of it? Okay, but this is Job 12:16. It says, "With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his." Yeah, so Esau Edom is pushing. You see that video? Oh, would you take the microchip? Oh yeah, I wouldn't take the microchip for a Kit Kat bar, maybe a Klondike bar, because you know the commercial. What would you do for a Klondike bar? See these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like that, man. So they had a question. It was a Today Show survey, which this is nothing but propaganda. It says, would you be willing to have a microchip implanted? All right. So basically that's a psyop. And we know that a psychological operation to condition the people that watch Good Morning America. OK. Now, mind you, this was 2 years ago. They've been conditioning the people to accept this. And Esau gradually does what he does, man. So you're going to have people that's reluctant to take it. Now, look at the word reluctant. It means unwilling. Okay, that's the word for reluctant. And the reason why I brought that word reluctant out, because I'm going to skip down. I was reading this right here. Down here, it says microchips may not be optional one day. It says this horror movie gets even scarier. There is already a law on the books that potentially allow human beings to be forcibly chipped. It says, it's couched up. Shalakia. It says, it's couched in warm, fuzzy language. And they say it's just to help keep track of folks with Alzheimer's or other developmental disabilities. But remember that the most unpatriotic law ever passed was also called the Patriot Act. This is H.R. 4919, was passed in 2016. It directs Department of Justice, DOJ, Bureau of Justice Assistance, to award competitive grants to healthcare, law enforcement, or public safety agencies and nonprofit organizations to develop or operate locally based proactive programs to prevent wandering and locate missing individuals with dementia or children with developmental disabilities. The BJA must give preference to law enforcement or public safety agencies partnering with nonprofit organizations that use person-centered plans and are directly linked to individuals and families of individuals with dementia and developmental disabilities. It says, despite the fact that the bill requires everyone to use privacy best practices, it's not that much or a stretch to see what a slippery slope this is. Who gets to decide whether a person needs to be chipped for their own good? Law enforcement. Scary. It says, could this lead to a cashless society? It says, if everyone is getting microchipped like these experts predict, that could be the next step in the push towards a cashless society. Think about the lack of privacy then. If everything is purchased via a chip unique to you, then no purchases could be under the radar. Whether a person was stocking up on food, watching X-rated movies, reading books on revolution, or buying ammo, it could all be recorded in a database. All right, and that's that system, the system of the beast. Okay, that's a database. Okay, it's that computer. Okay, that's behind the different microchip, people that have the microchip, and these people are making transactions. That there's going to be a computer, a supercomputer behind that. Okay, that's why it's the mark of the beast. That's why if you worship the image, okay, and you take the microchip, everything that you have is going to be tracked. Okay, through that system. Okay, which is controlled by the elites through the United Nations. Okay, and the European Union. Okay, these different entities, okay, that have dealings with the Bilderberger Group, the CFR Group, which is the Council of Foreign Relations. Okay, this is all the I say gradualism, but these are all gradual steps to get to that hour, Okay, the hour of temptation, as is written in Revelations 3:10. Okay, it says our purchases could be used in some kind of pre-crime technology. Yeah, that's why you have the rise of China, okay, with their social credit score, okay, system, with their surveillance system, okay. You also have that over there in Britain, because they're building up the infrastructure to have people under this cashless society, this new world order system. And they're using countries like Sweden, okay, as Sweden is the basis of this article right here, okay, to basically cross their T's and dot their I's, so to speak. Okay, so when they bring this to America, because America, the people have been conditioned, or freedom, you know, America's freedom, and we look at these other countries. We've been taught to look down on these other countries because they don't have the freedoms or the liberties that we have. But guess what? They're conditioning the people to accept this cashless society. Okay, the people already overseas in these other nations, they're already ready for the cashless society. The main prize is Babylon the Great, because who do you have here? You have the bulk of the Israelites here. Okay, and guess what? We are the problem with this system, because a lot of people are going to be reluctant, okay, to take this. But if you have Israelites that are saying that they're Israelites, and they're saying that the mark of the beast is not the microchip, it's a philosophy, then they're set up to cause confusion. Okay, so you know, I just wanted to bring this out now real quick. One more, I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna end the video. But it says, our purchases could be used in some kind of pre-crime technology, a la Minority Report, or they could be used to profile us in other ways. If there is no way to make purchases but with a chip, many people will have to reluctantly comply. The same chips could be required for medical care, driver's licenses, jobs, which all of this, in order for you to participate in the new world order and the way things are set up. All right, everything is going to be tied to these things, because these are things that is constantly drilled in your mind. You need to have medical care, driver's license, jobs. Okay, it says you name it. It says you name it. No matter where you try to hide, your GPS locator would mean that you would be found. It would be like everyone being forced to have one of those ankle bracelets that criminals wear, except it would be inside your body. All right. And guess what? It's going to lead to people having a noisome and grievous sore. Okay. Because they're going to take that mark of the beast. All right. So with that, I just want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. All right, double honesty, apostles and elders, a great millstone, and salutations to you brothers that's trying to push this. I mean, that is Shalaki, that just pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Okay, pushing the gospel. So, you know, shalom, shalom. This is something to keep in mind. You know, keep this in mind. Shalom.